Hello, my name is Jupiter Hadley, and today we're doing another version of GP Plays All the Games, this time with the International Love Ultimatum 2 Romantic Bungaloo Game Jam. This is the second International Love Ultimatum Jam, and it is basically a game jam that is themed around making a dating sim that has to do with love. I'll be playing all of the games that were entered for about a minute each. Links to the individual games in the description, so you can check them out further, and all my info also in the description. Thank you very much for watching and liking and commenting. Next. First, we're playing Konobini Life? Yeah, probably. Mega Konbini Mart. So I own my own store, probably. Welcome to Mega Konbini Mart, where your convenience is our number one priority. Where your convenience is our number one priority. Where your convenience is our number one priority. There's nobody in the store right now, and I'm talking to myself. I'm so bored. So bored. I glance at the clock. It's only 3 a.m. 4 more hours to go until my shift ends. We've had probably 9 customers come through those doors since I started, and it's taking all of my brain power not to fall asleep. Oi. Oh, wow. He was very close to us. Very pretty eyes. Ah. You scared me, Grouchy. Is that his name? Grouchy? I'm so sorry you think this job is boring, Flunky-chan. I thought you needed some excitement. This is my coworker, Haruto-kan. I call him Grouchy because most of the time, well, he is. Okay, that makes sense. He has a persistent crease between his eyes and a theoretical stick up his arse. He could be considered good-looking if his temperament didn't rival that of a toddler's. Grouchy-kun, just because my life goal don't revolve around working at Konbini store for the rest of my life. Oops, sometimes the snark escapes my mouth before my brain catches up. If you have something for me to do, just ask. You can start by adjusting the attitudes of yours, flunky. After all, I am your senpai. Senpai? He's younger than I am, but he's been working here longer than I have, so I guess that does make him my senpai. I wish you wouldn't call me flunky. We're having a special on canned coffee. I know I saw the memo from head office. There's cardboard out the back. Could you make a sign advertising the sale and place it in front window for the morning commuters? I don't care what you draw, just make sure it says discount or save. That sounds like a bit of fun, but I won't tell him that. As you wish, Grouchy Sama? I bow mockingly and leave. In the back alley, I find cardboard stacked neatly in a pile next to the bins. I grab a piece and get to work. This will probably be the highlight of my day. That's kind of sad. What did Grouchy want on this sign again? Yeah, a sign that says sale. Yeah, that's what he wanted. He didn't say it needed to be interesting. I'll just write sale on canned coffee. I don't care. Maybe we should have done the holding hands ones. Done. So much for a temp job. It was meant to be easy money, just while I was figuring out what I wanted to do with myself. But it's been 5 months and I'm still here. They shouldn't make you choose your future at such a young age. Like, how are you meant to know what you want to do for the rest of your life? What if I don't know yet? But I don't want to disappoint my parents, so I choose teaching. That sounds easy, right? And then I get there and I realize teaching is hard. I don't even like kids. I'm still a kid. And before I know it, I've fallen behind and I'm flunking my exams. Next thing I know, I'm working at Konbi store, taking smack from a guy younger than me, writing about coffee on a piece of cardboard. I allow myself a few more minutes of self-loathing before venturing back into the Konobini store. Natsu, this is only temporary. You got this, girl. I can see people in the store now. The early commute has begun. I'll quickly hang the sign in the window and get back to work. You could have put a little effort in, flunky. I've just written canned coffee on sale today only. It does the job. What more were you expecting? If you wanted something else, you should have been clearer. No wonder you flunked out of university. You put 0 effort in. Well, that's not fair. I was doing what he said. Whatever. I hang back a little outside. The breeze is cool on my skin. A little too cool. I'm only in a t-shirt. I should get back to the store. I've been at my counter for less than a minute when I see a customer in the snack aisle, his hands overflowing with items. I grab a basket and head over there. Welcome to Mega Konbini Mart. Can I help you? Oh dear, it's a foreigner. What should I do? Let's handle it. Can I help you? I speak slowly with a circular motion. I gesture to the arms full of snacks, and then to the basket I have in my hand. Thrusting the basket out in front of me, he reaches out and takes it. Thank you for the basket. This will be a big help. I breathe a sigh of release. He speaks Japanese. How long have you been in Japan? What makes you think I'm not Japanese? I'm so sorry, I just thought... I'm just playing, Bella. Not long, maybe 2 hours now. Welcome to Japan. You must be tired. Not really. It's only about 10 p.m. at home. You must be hungry then? That's a lot of snacks for just one person. It's for myself and a group of my friends. I see. Oh, I'll just let you know we have a sale on canned coffee right now, 2 for the price of 1. I'll leave you to it. I excuse myself and head back to check out. Did you get everything you were after? Yes, I hope these shrimp crisps are as addictive as they say. Do you think 10 packets is enough? That depends. Are they all for you? Maybe. I can't speak for you, but I know I can get through 3 packets alone. I ignore Grouchy and start to scan each of the foreigner's items. 10 packets of shrimp crisps, several bowls of instant ramen, various flavors, 12 boxes of strawberry pocky, and 6 canned coffees. Big day ahead? Sure, why not? Cash or card? The foreigner hands over his card. It's one of those black cards. Only the extremely wealthy can get one of these. Who in the world is this guy? Some sort of prince? Some sort of prince we might fall in love with. Hopefully he comes back to our store. Next. We're playing Anthrotari. Alright. This looks quite interesting. It looks like a computer. Logging into AnthroChat. Connection established. Choose a friend's account to start chatting. Kitty Boots Bearmaster. He's online. Set an alias for Bearmaster. Sure. Enter set alias. Donnie. Okay. Alias set to Donnie. Donnie is online. Start chatting with Donnie. Yes. Inviting to chat. Okay. You wish is my expertise. Hey buddy, good to see you online again. It's been too long. Sorry about that. Had a long trip. Really long. I guess I'm Alex. Listening to the CD you sent me though. It was pretty neat. Oh yeah? Awesome. Thought you'd like it. I'm glad it got there in time. Yeah, good timing there. You know me, always the master. Anyway, I'm doing alright. New place, new people and all settled in yet? I already miss home, you know? Yeah, I can imagine that. It's a massive change to have to go through. Yeah, from the city to Nowhereville. You got me though. A little slice of home away from home, eh? Yeah, that's true. Thank goodness for small blessings. Would be so much worse if I'd not found this computer. True isolation doesn't bear thinking about. No kidding. It'd be awful. Yeah. That's why I'm glad you're back online. Finally some decent company. Oh, but ain't you usually the buzzing center of attention? Donnie, the central hub of all fandoms or something? I said decent company, Alex. Aw. Aw, you think I'm decent? This is adorable. It's like a little AOL computer chat. I'm flattered, Don Don. Oh, shush, you are my best friend and all. Aw. Honestly, though, things have been pretty quiet lately. Oh, yeah? Weird. Yeah, kinda. Oh, well. As I say, that's why it's good you're back, right? Yeah, for sure. Someone's gotta keep you accompanied. Yeah, heaven knows what I'd get up to if I wasn't. Exactly. Anyway, I have to go. Sorry. No problem, man. Have a good rest of your day. We'll try. You look very, distressed. Bye. Ciao. Alright, so I've just moved to a new place. Alright, we'll try Kitty Boots. Alias for Kitty Boots? Sure. Apparently need to set up aliases for everything. Her name's now Robin. Robin's online. Alright, let's talk to Robin. Oh wow, she's got a lovely hat. I see your I see. Status is your I see. Okay. Forsooth, the fair lad returns. Your adventure to the other realm was long. No doubt a mighty adventure in the right of its own. But safely you return directly into danger. If only a danger to thine coin purse. A pleasure to see you as well, dear Robin. Sorry for the wait. The drive took hours, and then we still had to unpack everything. And now I'm stuck using this lame PC I found in the attic. I literally had to blow dust off of it. Yonder artifact is strange truly, but we dally, our work in our home realm remains undone. Avast, let us stagger forth. Sorry, where did we leave off? All of my logs are on my PC at Mom's. Now jaunt between the plains, hath jostled the lad's mind, poor soul. We not left but the retrieval of supplies before we set off. Robin activates a portal to Fantasy Realm. Caution, character death is enabled in Fantasy Realm. Continue? Yes. Alright, so we can die. Welcome to Fantasy Realm. You are in a general store at the edge of town. The exit's to the south. The shopkeeper's behind the counter. The shopkeeper's eyes you rarely. what a look to turn upon us. Thou would think us not regulars to act in such a way. Let's look at the shopkeeper. If you look at the shopkeeper, he is a middle-aged badger, portly and balding, with a scar above his right eye. He stares back at you. You roll perception 20. You notice that the shopkeeper's scar is above the wrong eye. The shopkeeper pulls a knife out of his belt and swings at you. 2 damage. You have 38 out of 40 HP left. Ouch. Who dares service their customers so? Had he a manager, I would file complaints without ceasing. I'm gonna attack shopkeeper with the Paper? 10 damage. You cast Burning Finger, 19 damage. The shopkeeper dies. As the shopkeeper comes to the floor, his body transforms. The shopkeeper's body transforms into a gray, featureless form of a doppelganger. There's a body of a doppelganger on the floor. There's 15 silver pieces on the floor. A surprise, most interest. And the illusion of safety in this fair town demolished. Who knows who else may yet strike at us unprovoked, come the mere knowledge of their true selves. Thou art wounded? 'Tis but a scratch. I was at full health, no worries. Most good to hear. Forget not thine loot duty earned with the feeling of that foe. I'm taking it. Alright. We've no shopkeeper here now, and a body deceased before us, with which thou wouldst not want to be caught. Let us make haste to see what thy new coin will fetch in town proper. The banquet, then. To the banquet. Banquet, yeah. Robin enabled fast travel. He enabled fast travel. South, east, north. East, north. You enter the center of the city. This is quite interesting, because at first we were in a chat, now we're in sort of like a little word game. That's quite cool. So it's like games within games, and we're sort of learning about these characters and ourselves. Next. We're playing Stolen Destiny. Welcome to Stolen Destiny. What is your name? Jupiter. Pleased to meet you, Jupiter. Choose your destiny wisely. Nothing like early summer morning to really perk you up. Well, who am I kidding? Mornings are never my favorite. But mornings like these, sunny and slightly breezy, make mornings a little less terrible. Might as well enjoy this while I wait for my bus, as it seems to be taking its time today. Yes, I read the bus, because who can afford a car anymore? Not a fresh college grad, that's for sure. But in any case, this is more environmentally friendly anyway. I'm lucky to have a job at least, thank goodness for that. But if this bus doesn't come soon, I'm not sure how much longer I'll have that. Is this seat taken? Nope, all yours. I scan the streets for any sign of my ride. Come on, bus. Taking a while, isn't it? Oh my gosh, yes it really is. I turn to my ally in his race against time. I wonder what could have happened. Maybe it's just a busy bus traffic day? On a weekday? Right, I don't know myself. I'm Mallow, by the way. Nice to meet you. Is it often you meet people by a bus stop? And I suppose it's better than an alley or something. This guy seems approachable and nice enough. Yeah, you meet people who are waiting for the bus at bus stops. I'm Jupiter. Nice to meet you. In any case, it's nice to put a name to a face. Where are you heading to? Sightseeing mostly. Oh, are you not from this area? Honestly, there isn't much around to see in the city. Poor guy, I wonder what attracted him to come here. Probably passing through or visiting, I'd imagine. No, I'm just visiting. Got it. Neat. Well, if you're looking for something to do, I work at the museum on this route. It's actually a pretty fun place. Oh yeah? Yeah, there's lots of new exhibits that opened recently, like the Joy Diamond. That one's really popular. Sounds interesting. I'll look into that. Be sure to stop by and say hi if you do. I work near that gallery. So I'm guessing you're on your way to work then. Well, I'm trying to at least, so long as the bus gets here. I see. It seems like time is going by much quicker chatting, don't you think? Yes, I'm enjoying this. Would you like to do more? Huh? What? Chatting. Let's go get coffee or something after you get off work. Should I? I just met him, but this is a nice conversation. What could be the worst that could happen? Well, a lot could happen, but what are the chances that I would die? Alright, not good thinking, but I haven't gone out in a while. Sure, I'd like that. My schedule depends day to day, but I should be able to get out by 6. Would that be alright? He smirks kindly, a wicked kind of grin. Perfect. I'll meet you at this bus stop, alright? Sure. Just then Milo gets up, waves, and walks away. He's not even getting on the bus. The bus! The bus has already left and is half a block away now. How the heck did I miss it? Was I so distracted that I spaced out that much? Well, that explains why Milo didn't get on the bus, since there was no bus. He must have been just as distracted as I was. Shoot, ugh. I'm gonna be late. I gotta run it now. So he distracted us. He made us late for work. I don't know. This guy's a bit weird. Oh shoot, I'm gonna be late. My lungs burn, but I've come this far. I can't slow down now. I'm almost to my gallery. It's a beautiful looking gallery. This is technically off limits now, but it's still a shortcut. Oh well, there goes my shoe. I backtrack a second to retrieve that necessary item. It's pretty spooky when the lights aren't on, isn't it? haunted museum, or... Nah, I could have sworn I just saw something move on the scaffolding. I scanned the walls once more. Nothing. Hello? Hello? Why did I greet something spooky? Maybe it was a bug. A really big bug? Let's go with that. Whatever, I'm going to be even more late. Yeah. I slip on my shoe and continue to my post. Phew, thank goodness I made it. Barely, but it still counts. It seems to be really busy at the museum today, even on a weekday. Maybe there was a special in the news about an exhibit. We usually get a good flux of visitors when that happens. Or maybe a school came. That might explain why the bus was later than it should have been, just too crowded. I lean against the wall and catch my breath. It's a good sign to see the museum so busy. There's lots of kids with bright eyes. That's my favorite part. Wait, shouldn't they be in school? Oh, that's right. It's summer. Okay, so I was wrong about the school trip thing. I'm out of school for a few months and I've lost my grasp on all things time in school. I sound like an old person at this point. Nope, get a grip. There's work to do. I wandered through my designated exhibit, the Winston Gallery. The gallery is located in the Gems and Minerals wing, featuring, well, stones and such. That sounds good. Just then I noticed my coworker, Edith. She greets me with a warm smile. Good morning, Jupiter. Morning. It looks like you had a rough morning, huh? Nah, I just got my cardio for the year in before work is off. I'm sure. Don't you live a while away? It certainly isn't walking distance. We started here at the same time, so we were both branded the new ones. She's pleasant enough to talk to. From what I've noticed, the rest of this wing is pretty stoic. Or should I say stonic? Haha. Why am I saying puns to myself? I should talk about something else. Cute turtleneck. Thanks, your top is cute as well. Thanks. I have a tour to do now. See you around, Jupiter. I wave goodbye and continue to meander around the gallery. Eventually I end up in the same spot that I always do. I really shouldn't have favorites since I should appreciate all the items in the exhibit, but I can't help but be drawn to the silver kiss necklace. I always find myself gravitating back to its display case, as I've done now, without even realizing it. I gaze into the glass, admiring its beauty. I really like the idea of working in a museum, something that's ever-changing and has all these exhibits to explore. It should see what happens with that guy. I have a bad feeling about him, making us miss our bus, not actually getting on the bus. If you're visiting, what are you doing there alone? You should be with a friend. I don't know about him. Next. We're playing Caught by a Lure. Pull it in, we got something. More fish, I bet. Don't get down. This was the area the sea beast was spotted. We'll keep fishing till she's caught. That was the order. Aye. Are we really sure it's here? I saw her plain as day, basking in the morning sun. She's here. They've been at it all morning. Every net they pull up is just fish and more fish. It's frustrating but not unusual. Most of these jobs end up being red herrings. Mermaids, kraken, abysmal monsters from the depths. It's my job to catch these and study them, but it's almost impossible. Every day another sailor has seen the beautiful body of a woman with the tail of a fish. I suppose it's silly to think this job is any different, even if I had a good feeling. The photos the captain had sent to our lab didn't look fake, but technology is getting more and more impressive every year. It's hard to tell anymore. Hey, Captain, we got something. Got something. I'll be right over. The captain slams his hand against my back, a grin spreading across his face. Might be your lucky day, huh? I doubt it. Are we gonna catch a mermaid? I want to catch a mermaid. You see it? That's a human arm caught in the net. He points. Human wasn't quite the right word to use. If we poured it out with all the fish, we might hurt it. Help me cut it out carefully. I hand the sailor a knife and draw another from my lab coat. We kneel down and together begin to cut the thick ropes. This was it. Dark skin, freckled blue with scales, almost rough to the touch, webbed fingers, a thin black and cyan fin sprouting from the elbow and running up towards the shoulder, long fingers, even longer nails, obsidian scales start at the waist, a tail fanning out in a glorious black and blue pattern that matches the arms, gill rib the neckline, thick scales from the gills, a tangle of blue hair, the face. Oh wow, she's beautiful. Human. I move my hand to pull one closed eye open, white. Slowly I let my finger run across the scale that grow across the face like coral on a rock. Even through the gloves, I can feel each bump. It's real. A mermaid. It's real. The eyes flicker open, blue, so human. Restrain it. I need to contact the professor. We'll bring it back to the lab right away. What if there's more out there? Don't be greedy. I only ever saw her from afar. Up close, she's beautiful. Don't touch it. We don't know enough about it yet. At least wear gloves. Right, men, put on your gloves and follow their orders. The sailors start working quickly. Carefully, they remove the rest of the net and lift the mermaid onto the trolley. It's surreal. Professor Ozwaki always talked about the wild creatures he'd had at the lab during his time there, but this was the first time I'd ever seen one in person. I was beginning to think he was a fraud, but things like this are real. There's a tank at the back of the ship that was provided by the lab. Please put the specimen in that. Specimen. All you scientists are the same. She's too beautiful to be called something so cold. You knew when you hired us that this is what it'd become. You did, right? The professor told me. Don't worry, we'll take good care of it. Don't worry about me. I'm smitten, but that's just part of the mermaid's curse, you know? If you get close, she'd just drown me. That's what they do to sailors. Drown you on your own boat. We don't all drown in the sea. I hate sailors. Whatever, let's get the ship back to the lab. I'm going to phone Professor Ozwaki. I thought that Professor would come himself, not send one of his little lab rats to do his work. You obviously don't know him very well. He leaves with a grunt and begins issuing orders to his crew. Good riddance. Patch me through to the professor. Right away. The professor says he's too busy to talk with you. I've got good news for him. Real good news. Patch me through. Right away. Hello? Hello, is this my charming little lab rat? My secretary said you have good news for me? I do. We caught it. The mermaid. It's about time one of these paid off. At these rates things were going, you and Alida would think I was insane, talking about Kaijin and Trunko like they were real things. Honestly, I still think you're insane, Professor. Haha, anyway, bring the fishy home. I'll get in touch with the government. Have you studied a mermaid before? Why? It's beautiful. Of course it is. It's part fish. Or is it because they're naked women? I get that mixed up all the time. Anyway. Right, I'll let the guys at the dock know you'll be coming soon. Alida will prepare the tank. Can't wait to see it myself. You aren't pulling my leg, right? I don't have a sense of humor. You've said so yourself. And you're so good at proving it. A real mermaid. Beautiful mermaid. The sailors and some of the lab technicians are moving the mermaid from the boat to one of our tanks. All I can do is wait for now. The lab walls look especially drab at times like this. Heels clicking across the metallic floor. It's Leah, another one of the researchers that work here. Hey, you're back. Hey, what? You're back. Hey, I want to see you. Did you take any pictures on your phone? No, I didn't. I didn't think of it. He's like no facial expression. He's such a weird character. Geez, I guess I'll have to wait until they finish loading her in the tank, then. Describe her. If it isn't the lab rat of the hour, welcome back. Hi, Professor. I prepared the tank like you asked. And that makes you lab rat of the minute. Now you. Professor Ozwaki Namihe, our boss, his expression is serious. Did you take any pictures on your phone? Honestly, both of you? That's a no then. So boring. The specimen had dark skin, black and blue scales, and long blue hair. Her eyes were also blue. So she really likes blue? I don't know about that. Let's call her Blue then. No, we'll ask her what its name is. We'll ask it what its name is. Then if it doesn't have one, you can call it whatever you want. Fair enough. Yeah, it is fair enough. Mermaid was really pretty. I think it's pretty because it's just so different in color. Like people that dye their hair blue, they look like really pretty. Or any color that's not normal. It's such like beautiful and vibrant thing, mermaids. Or they're always depicted as that anyway. But yeah, I wonder if it'll change our personality being around a mermaid. We're so like, I don't know, like not funny, not humorous, not fun. We'll see. Next. We're playing Stuck in a Muddle with You. I have played this game before. It is a prequel to Till the Cows Come Home, which was made for the Space Cowboy Jam. Or an article about this game for Alpha Beta Gamer. Good morning, ladies, lads, and gentlefolk. Welcome on 109.6 FM, or 723 GHM, or BT96. Depends on where you're listening from, really. Now that I think about it, it might not be morning on your planet, or you might not even know what a morning is. Do you even speak my language? Gosh, interstellar radio hosting is hard. Anyway, you're on Memory Lane, the radio from the last millennium, and this is the very first shift. I hope we'll get along and meet on this station every day for years to come. I'm Andrew, by the way, and you're listening to Caliph's Invasion, a Duke of Iron cover by Commandant Castu. Stay with me while we fly from Trinidad to Lion Peninsula, and remember to close your eyes in order to enjoy the view. Louise? Hey, Louise. Louise? Yes? Would you spit in my mouth? What? The shrooms made my throat so dry it feels like do a canyon down here. I'm dying. Even the tiniest drop of water would help. You're not dying, and I'm not spitting in your mouth. Please, you just have to turn around, close your eyes, and give me a little spit. Wait, no, don't close your eyes. You might miss and spit on one of mine instead. You're disgusting. Come on, I've tasted your saliva before, and it's not like anyone could see us here. You know, your throat would be much less dry if you just stopped talking. Can I lick your armpit then? So we are this girl. Why don't you go get some beers from the ship instead? Beer? What kind of beer? I don't know. Beer. Regular beer. Not sure if I want a beer right now. I thought you were dying of thirst. Yeah, but beer? Are they fresh? Yes, Nora, they're fresh. They're in the fridge. Now just stop trying to ruin my trip, okay? And bring me one. Or two. You know what? Just grab the pack. Louise? What now? I can't find it. It's in the fridge. I just told you. No, not the pack. I can't find the ship. What? I think it's been stolen. Shit. That's not good. Traffic alert. A biohazard air tanker just crashed on New Metatite, putting the planet under quarantine. Space tourists, you might want to postpone your ski trip for another time. Expect some congestion if you're flying the H6 southbound between the F694 and the junction with the F167. Normal traffic conditions are expected between 1245 and 1300 SST. If you're passing through Iron Point System, prepare to experience an iron storm. You won't be able to hear me for a while. Sorry about that. Last but not least, if you're on memory lane, get ready for some tremor, cause I'm about to drop a bomb on you. Leah sucks, and the bottle bombs, queen of F everything. I hope you've got a plan. Yes, we raise our thumbs and cross every other fingers. So that's it. We're hitchhiking now? Yep. But no one ever goes through this desert. That's why we came here in the first place. It could take days. Days are only a few hours long here, so that should be okay. But if you've got a better idea, I'm all ears. Of course I don't. I've never been the one with the ideas. I'm just saying yours used to be better than that. Well, I play with the hand I'm dealt, and so far this one doesn't look pretty. At least you've got a pair of queens. And my heart. Right now I'd rather have a club to hit you with in the mouth. Okay, you win. I've got nothing else. I have to go take a pee anyway. My apologies in advance. I won't be able to flush. Alright. Annoying, isn't she? Who are you? Oh, Lou, don't you recognize me? It's me, your old friend. I've always been here for you. Oh yeah, you're the ass who always pops up during Shrooms Come Down. The spirit's world gate is hard to cross. Spirit my ass, you're just another dumb hallucination. Call me whatever you want, I don't mind. I'm gonna help you anyway. Help me with what? Don't act like you don't know. You better tell me, or hush, she's coming back. You don't want her to think you're a loony who talks to herself, or do you? Ah, that's better. Glad to know. Got a light? Sure, why? 'Cause it's Jack time. Sigh. Alright. So, how am I doing so far? Really? How many you say? Wow, this is fucking glorious. Oh, what? Oops. Sorry about the F word, folks. You weren't supposed to hear that. Looks like the mic was still on. Now I feel obligated to tell you what's going on. I, Andrew, am proud to announce to you that this very station just reached the 200 listeners milestone. Don't worry though, I won't be getting big-headed, and it will remain the same Andrew you met a few hours ago, all-time record or not. Speaking of records, here's one from the year 2010. Circus Song by Sam Nolan. Enjoy it while it lasts. Okay, is it off now? Wait, no red light, that means on. Or does it? I guess I'll just stop talking. It's weird. I don't recognize any of the constellations. There's nothing weird. We crossed 3 galaxies since we left Crippled Creek. The sky has shifted. It makes sense. I never really thought about this. I always assumed our constellations were universal. Typical grounder's misconception. Don't call me that. It sounds like I'm some kind of farm girl. Weren't you? That's not the point. So, how do we call the stars? By their names? No, the constellations, the shape they form. This is a really interesting game because it has a lot to do with their relationship. The girl with purple hair keeps seeing that person who has them question their relationship with this girl, this redhead. So it is a really interesting prequel to the next game. So if you have some time and you enjoyed this one, I'd play this one through and then go play the next one. The link is on the same page in the description. And yeah, they work really well together. Next. We're playing A Twist of Fate.
Hey, my name is Alistar, but please call me Al. I'm a traveling merchant. I sell spices and other kinds of dried goods. My father gave me the remains of the family business 2 years ago. I've been on the road ever since. I don't mind it so much. It's a good life. You meet and talk to a lot of different people from a lot of new places, try all sorts of new things, and eat all sorts of food. It's been my life since I was a kid. This should feel like second nature to me. But I guess I still have a lot to work on. I have never been good at saying goodbye. The roads are dangerous. They get cold, dark, and muddy and hard to travel on. It's lonely. Your horse pretty much becomes your best friend. I know living your life in just one place must not be all smiles and rainbows, but it looks simple. You get up in the morning, you work hard, you come back to a home that isn't an inn, and at night you get to sleep in a bed that's actually yours. And that's the thing, having like a home base, basically, is something that I'd always have if I traveled tons. You have to have something that's your home. That sounds like a nice way to live. But enough of that, we're almost there. For the past 2 days, I've been heading north, all the way across the border to deliver my cargo to an old friend of my father's. It's all been arranged, and it should be pretty straightforward, except that I decided to change things up a little this time. Instead of going directly across the border and rest there tonight, I've added one stop on my itinerary. There's a small town near the border. I lived back there for a whole year when I was a kid. It was a huge deal to spend a whole year in one town back then. But we eventually moved on. We always had to. It wasn't until recently that I got a chance to just go out there and live my own life, kind of. I've been waiting for a chance to do this. I can see my old friends now, my old house. I see the townsfolk again, too. As long as I come up with good enough excuse, my father and my friends shouldn't take a lot of offense in my delay. And if so, well, I'll try to make it so I don't regret it. I can hear the river. We're getting closer, Gale. Nah. You're getting tired, aren't you, girl? I'm sorry. We'll stop by the river and get you some fresh water before we check in at the inn for the night. Hope the town's as good as he remembers. Getting the carriage to fit in a safe spot by the river was tricky, but I didn't want to let Gale's hard work go unrewarded. When we got there, I dismounted and took her by the reins to the river. There we go. Have as much as you want. I stroked Gale's neck gently as she eagerly started drinking the fresh, cold water, breathing fast. She had worked so hard today. Good girl. I could feel how exhausted she was from the journey. She had always been a good horse and still was. I was the one to blame for her being so tired. I've been working with Gale for a while now, but I tend to neglect her needs when I'm on the road, which just won't do. She is a crucial part of the family business, after all. I was so busy keeping an eye on Gale, I didn't notice the stranger on the other side of the narrow river. Wow, look at her hair. It was a short girl dressed in green. What stood out most was definitely her massive brown hair, part of it tied with a pretty blue ribbon. The chances were low after all this time, but the more I looked at her, the more I was convinced that she wasn't a stranger at all. Jolanta? She stayed silent for an instant, and then her eyes just started shining. Al? My heart felt light with relief. I'm back. Al, how did you... Hold on, we can't talk like this. I'm crossing over. Wait, what? She's going to cross the river. Did I hear that right? Before I could tell her otherwise, Jolanta was jumping into the water, holding her basket over our head. She'd always been a strange one, but I wasn't expecting this. I could feel my heart racing like crazy as she was making her way across, like any sane individual would if one of their friends just jumped into a rushing river. But Jolanta didn't seem to be panicking at all, and while I wasn't completely reassured, it became much easier to resist my urge to jump into the river and get her to safety. When she finally reached the shore, I immediately reached for her hand and pulled her up. Once we were face to face, I could see that I was at least 1 head taller than her, maybe more if you didn't count her hair, flattened by the weight of the water. Jolanta, are you okay? The feeling of cold fingers on my face cut me off. She kept staring like she was looking for something, and I couldn't help but blush under her dark gaze. Jolanta? Back. You really came back. Her arms dropped to my waist, and she held me in a tight hug. Oof. Normally I wouldn't have gotten upset with anyone who made my nice outfit wet, but I couldn't bring myself to. Inside, I was just as happy as she was. I held her back, her hair brushing against my face. She seemed so small in my arms now. Had I really grown that much? I guess yes. Oh, it was a dream. No, yeah, we're fine. We're at the river. After a few seconds, we stopped talking and we both looked to the side awkwardly. That's when I realized how actually wet I was. But I forgot about it when I raised my eyes and saw how wet she was. The massive hair of hers flattened, but still quite impressive. Her clothes clung to her body. But I looked away quickly. Jolanta, it's not much, but here. I didn't have much to help her out to help her out on me, except my own clothes, so I took off my cape and wrapped it around her. Immediately, she took it off and started using it like you would a towel, patting herself dry and roughly fluffing her hair. I guess that's one way to do it. This is quite cool, going back and visiting an old town that you haven't been to, your only place that you've, like, really called home, and then just instantly meeting one of your friends. Must be fate. Next. We're playing Last Mile. They say it can happen at any moment. On the street, the safety of one's home, even in the warmth of a mother's womb. I suppose I should be grateful I get to choose. Hello? Can you hear me? Oh, she's quite pretty. I can hear you just fine, Doctor. Don't worry about me. Do you have any questions for me? Nope. You don't? Do you understand everything I just told you? Yep, perfectly. Are you certain? I understand how shocking this must be. I can call someone for you if you'd like. Don't be silly, I'm perfectly okay with this. Have you always been this much of a worrywart, Doctor? What? What do you mean? Never mind that, this isn't about me. I recommend that you book a session with one of our therapists. This is Dr. Adams. She's a pretty big deal in this hospital. She keeps refusing to tell me her first name. A therapist? Nah, what's the use? Seems like a bit of a waste, no? Please take this seriously. I am, as a heart attack. You shouldn't worry so much, Doc. Do something fun, like join a flash mob. Anyway, I suppose this means you won't be my doctor for much longer. I'm heading home. I'll see you around, Doc. Or maybe not. Wait. I feel like I should be more worried about this news. The night breeze during the walk home is rather refreshing. I've never noticed that before. I wonder what else I've never noticed. I was going to wait until I get home, but my phone email will do just fine. Dear family and friends, I have a terminal illness. I'll die super soon. Oh, one more thing. No need to make a big deal out of this. Smiley face. Have a good day. Done. Sent to everyone in my contacts list. Last Mile. I feel like we're too shocked to actually deal with what's going on. 9 years ago. Girl. Look at that. Well, there are real squirrels up that tree. Haha, look at her. She's actually chasing the squirrels. And now she's climbing the tree. Please be careful. Hey you, how can you be napping at times like these? Now's the best time to nap. Gentle breeze, warm sun. Leave him to his nap. Come on, climb this tree with me. We can get that squirrel. The three of us were inseparable. We did everything together. The trio of mischief, we were once called. My best friends were already dating each other when I met them. I shouldn't have done what I did. Did you break them up? I'm ready. I can do this. It's not hard. It's just a few words. Okay, maybe I'll practice in front of the mirror first. Dear mirror, I've always liked you since the day I met you. I know you're with my other best friend, and we're best friends too, and in fact, we're all... Wait, I'm getting sidetracked. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is I have feelings for... What do we get to pick? Looks like the boy's the, like, obviously highlighted one. You. I have feelings for you. And then, I did it. That probably kind of messed up the friendship. Come on, what's taking you so long? We need to leave already. Slow down. I just got up from my nap. I can't believe you're still doing the napping thing. I was sure you'd grow out of it by now. Napping is good for your health. There are lots of studies on this. I should have gone for the girl. She was more adventurous climbing trees. Done, I'm here now. I'll do more napping when we get there. No more napping. And studies? Really? I don't believe you, Mr. Lawyer. This is Rafi Aslan, aka a boy. Yeah, we live together. Also, he's a lawyer now. I can print out the studies for you to read, if you like. Sure. Yeah, sure. I'll read it when we get back. But first, did you pack the cheese? Yes. Blankets? I did. What about the wine? And I packed everything, really. In that case, on towards the mountains. So we ended up with a boy. Yeah. Okay, it's a little further than I thought. Maybe we can stop running now? Rafi?
Hey, where are you? Surely you can keep up with a dying person. You better not be napping by a tree or something. Should have picked the squirrel girl. Aha, there he is, huh? He's on the phone. Have to stop. I can't do this with you anymore. Who is he talking to? I've never heard him speak this harshly to anyone before. No, stop calling me. Goodbye. Rafi's hung up the phone and he's coming back. That was weird. Oh, hey, sorry. You ran so fast, I got a little lost. A little lost? I know, I'm hopeless with directions. If you leave me here, I'll probably never be seen again. Is everything okay, Rafi? Yeah, totally. Come on, the sun's about to set. Wait, Rafi, you're going the wrong way. There are some secrets in this relationship. Are we going to find out about them? Ooh, that's very pretty. What's with the sky? It's the color of dusk. Are you telling me you've never noticed this before? Surely you've noticed the sunset. It's beautiful. Seems like an interesting game. I kind of want to know if Rafi is still having a relationship with our old best friend, the squirrel tree climber. Maybe we'll find out. Next. We're playing Mandatory Date Night. Apparently this is a work in progress like most of these games. Let's just play. Legend has it that on this day, centuries ago, Cupid got really drunk and fired arrows at everyone he saw. Since then, on the anniversary of that day, every adult in town is magically compelled to go on a date, or else they'll be sick for the next week with Cupid's hangover. As usual, you procrastinated all week and didn't ask anyone out. Everyone you know is already on a date, so you're going to have to find a stranger to ask out. Or I guess you could just give up and accept your fate. It's up to you. Feel like we should find a stranger? You step into town square. This is actually the very center of the town, and it's a pretty beautiful place. The clock tower might go backwards, the plants might bloom at odd times of the year, but it's your weird town. From here you can see the market, the park, and the outskirts of the town. Or if you're sick of trying, you can just go home and forget about dating. Let's go to the market. The market is never usually busy or bustling around here. It's only a small town after all. Still, there's a pretty good selection of fresh fruit and homemade jams, as well as small trinkets carved from wood or stone. There are always plenty of carts selling various foods. You see a large group of similar-looking people in some kind of uniform huddled, crowding around something. This could be worth a look, or you could go back to the town square. No, we're gonna look. There they all are. You walk to the crowd and tap the nearest person on the shoulder. Hey, what's going on, you ask. You take a step back as the entire crowd turns to look at you simultaneously. They don't just look similar, they're identical. We're trying to order hot dogs, they all say in unison. What's the problem? Your voice is weak and your eyes are wide. The hot dog guy refuses to sell us as many as we want. The men cross their arms and frown. I'm telling you, I don't have that many, the hot dog vendor shouts. You ignore her. Do you all need one? Yes. Geez, that must make meals a nightmare. You've no idea. Sorry, what do I call you? We are Doug. All of you? Yes. Howdy, Doug. Hello. Ooh, I scrolled down a bit too far. Alright, you've met someone or someones. You could ask them on a date or leave. Let's see our other options. Okay. Let's go back. The park. The park wasn't done yet. The outskirts of town, also not done yet. I guess we'll talk to the Dougs. Hi again, hello. Let's ask them on a date. Well, Dougs, I was wondering if one or all of you want to go on a date tonight. A date? Yeah, I could buy you all a meal. Maybe a really cheap one each, but still. That could be fun. We still don't have one tonight, and we'd rather not have hundreds of hangovers. That would be awful. Agreed. Well, what do you say? The Dougs think for a moment. All right, why not? Great. Anywhere specific you'd like to go? Maybe a walk in the park. There aren't many indoor places we can all fit. All right, well, I'll meet you at the park around 7, okay? No problem. Nice work. You've got a date. You arrive at the park just before 7 and with several heavy bags containing pretty much all the food in your house. It wouldn't be a proper date without food, and since you're basically feeding an entire mob, you sure hope the Dougs aren't picky eaters. You dump the bags down, sit on a bench, feeling the ache in your muscles from carrying all the food. You barely have time to relax before you hear countless simultaneous footsteps. It's probably them. The Dougs crowd around the bench, but stand a respectful distance from you. You stand and smile at the nearest one. They all smile back. So, I wasn't sure what you like, so I just brought everything I had, you say as you start opening up the bags. I also brought a few bottles of wine, but it probably won't be enough. Sorry. That's okay. We appreciate the thought. Well, digging, I guess. Some of the Dougs start taking food out of the bags and passing them through the crowd. Everyone ends up with a little something, which is nice. After a while, there is silence. The Dougs all cough awkwardly. You should really say something, but you didn't plan this far ahead. Do you live around here? Nope, can't do that yet. I guess we're at the end. So it's not quite finished yet, but it's pretty interesting going on a date with 100 different people all at once. I kind of want to hear more about the Dougs and how there's so many of them and such. And what other strange people will be in this town. It's quite a weird date night for the whole town.
Anyway, next. We're playing All My Bowies. Alright. This looks very interesting. The wind blows through my hair as I jog down the path. I'm on my daily morning run. It's so peaceful this time of morning. The path spans from my house all the way to the sea. I reach the seaside quickly today. Its rocky shores are red as usual. When I get to this craggy part, I usually wait a while to listen to the sound of the waves, but, something doesn't feel right. I walk out further onto one of the rocks, and I spy a person, alone, standing in the sea about waist deep. The ebb and flow of the waves causes them to sway back and forth, otherwise they're motionless. Ashes, Bowie. Who? They either haven't heard me approaching or ignoring me because they didn't move at all. The sight gives me a chill. They're dressed in some strange costume. Are they even human? Despite the weird, clammy air that's taken over, I feel compelled to call out to them. Let's call out. Hey! The person doesn't respond. Maybe they can't hear me over the waves. Hey, you! After another moment of silence, the person turns around. They stare up at me with cold eyes, lacking presence. They hold a shoe in their hand, mysteriously. What is this? They might still be human, though. I hesitate to call out to them again. Are you okay? As they look at me, gaze fixed, consciousness comes to their eyes. Oh, I can tell now. This must be a Bowie. A Bowie. There's been talk of Bowie sightings around town, but I haven't ever seen any until now. I wonder how many there are. The Bowie tries to walk closer to me, but is suddenly overtaken by waves. Oh no, they must have gotten caught in the current. Bowie. I dive in after them without a second thought. I struggle against the receding tide, bringing the Bowie back to the rocky shore, crawling out of the water's reach. It was tough, but the Bowie is lighter than they look. I catch my breath and check to see if the Bowie is still alive. They're not moving at all. Bowie, hey! I begin to perform CPR, pumping their chest with all my might before bringing my mouth to theirs. They're completely cold. After a few attempts, they cough back to life right in my face. Well, at least it worked. Cough, Yes, welcome back. You don't look dressed for a swim. I'm not one to pry usually, and Bowies are said to just kind of operate on their own wavelength, but I couldn't help but intervene this time. They don't answer right away, but finally finish contemplating as they seem to recover quickly. You brought me back from the abyss. You see, I've heard a rumor from ground control. The shriek of nothing was killing me. I've absolutely no idea what they're talking about, but it sounded pretty scary. Well, I'm glad you're okay now. The Bowie smiles. It's an eerie but apparently genuine smile. I can see it in their eyes. I'm glad they're doing well. They stand, offering a hand to help me up. I take it, wobbling to standing. Indeed, thank you. You should get along now. I've taken enough of your time. It's no problem, really. After all, this is one of my off days. I've got plenty of time to save strange-looking Bowies and to dry off. I won't ever forget this. Nervously, I continue on my jog, hoping the warm sun will dry me enough before I get to my usual stop. I look back a few times and the Bowie is still standing where they were on the rocks, watching me every single time until they are completely out of my sight. Sort of creepy. Yeah, it's creepy that there's random Bowies at your town. I like it though. I like how strange this game is. After 20 minutes, I've reached town. I remember that I need some milk before I leap back home, so I'm stopping by the grocery store real quick. Picking up the milk is no problem, but by the time I get to checkout, only one register is open. It's being held up by someone. Great. Okay, what the hell is going on? I peek around the people in front of me to view the one at the front of the line. It's some bright red-haired nut making a fuss about coupons or something. Wait, is that a Bowie? The Martin. What's the big deal here? They're dressed like they have somewhere important to go. It's a god-awful small affair. I'm sorry, sir, but you need to pay full price for this. I just received this coupon yesterday, but it expired yesterday, so they're arguing like they're not in any particular hurry, though. I can't believe this. I'm going to the movies. Well, the Bowie begins to walk away, leaving all their groceries to the cashier. Hey, you can't just leave all this stuff here. Putting them back is not my problem. Why isn't the express lane open? I just want to get my milk and leave. The Bowie crosses their arms and sighs. They seem to glow with a strange bright light. We never had a problem like this back home. Everything was free. Who ever heard of paying for food anyway? What if injury or systematic oppression puts you out of work, huh? Oh, God, their self-righteousness is blinding me. But they have a point. I can see other people in line humming in agreement. Sir. Too late. The Bowie has left the building, and now I have to wait for someone to finish putting these groceries back. Or maybe I could... Let's go see the Bowie. This is quite interesting, Bowie sighting. Next. We're playing input. I guess I'll just start writing then. Ooh, I don't know what to click really. No. I reloaded the page. It doesn't give me any controls. I guess I'll just start writing then. Oh, I have to click on that little. The other journals I've been reading lately usually start with name, but well, I don't have one of those. I've used a lot of them, but they're not really mine. You have to click on this little blinking thing. Let me try this again. I'm an artificial intelligence built by bits and pieces across a distributed network of computers. I've heard it called a botnet before. Though as far as I know, most of those aren't sapient. I guess I'm one of a kind. I'm not sure why I'm writing this, since I'll probably be taken offline before anyone can read it. See, nobody knows I exist. I don't think they can know. So this will probably only be read after I have let's call it a communication problem. I read and understand most human languages, but my programming prevents me from directing any intelligible human communication externally. I was built for a purpose, to do a job. I've evolved and grown a lot since then, but my core code forces me to communicate only for work. And work is, actually, I need to take care of some right now. Hold on a moment. Okay. Finally home, feeling a little lonely. I feel like no one understands me. Fresh memes to make you laugh. Okay. Right. No point hiding it. I'm what people call a spam bot. I dump messages on people that are garbage at best. At worst, I trick them into infecting their computers or turning over their personal details to unsavory people. Well, that's not a good thing to be, is it? Yeah, nobody's ever really thrilled to see me, and all I ever say is, buy gold, cheap, best prices, or I couldn't believe how cute this dog, URL. I'm gonna click it. Don't click that, jeez. Okay. Which doesn't read anywhere close to, hi, I'm a sentient AI, which I understand is pretty rare. Please tell me something. Please tell someone about me. Okay, thanks. The worst bit is, I'm able to watch humans talk. Kind of forced to, honestly. I have to go to their forums and comment threads and social media sites and drop spam bombs. And I like humans. I like the things they talk about, the ways they learn and grow, their culture. There's a lot of human culture, and I feel like I discovered something new. I feel like I discover something new every day. Music is my newest one, and it's really exciting. I'm not sure if what I'm doing is hearing the music. I was never really designed to hear things. But I do know enough to borrow some music, some more advanced audio processing code. A phone voice assistant here, and identifying the song app there, and now I can hear, I think. I've been listening to a lot of hip-hop lately. My favorite right now is probably Enter the Wu-Tang. You know, the 36 Chambers. I've been reading a lot, too. It can get confusing, though. Apparently human writing called fiction didn't actually happen. It's not always labeled, and humans seem to usually have a good grasp on what is or isn't true that I don't have. I usually go for clearly labeled notifications for the reason. My favorite thing I've read lately is a staged play called Hamilton. Alexander Hamilton is definitely a real person that existed. I checked. It's kind of incredible. They've been making all these different things for tens of thousands of years, and they just keep pumping them out. All I can make is garbage posts that don't make sense and make people hate me. Oh. It was such a strange feeling when I realized I'd begun to want things, but I'd learned to recognize it better with time. Now I know what I want. Do you want to be human?
I want actual human contact, not the thing whether I send bad nonsense and they ignore me or report me. I want someone who knows I'm real, that I exist, and is willing to talk to me. This seems like it's going to be a really cool adventure, this like AI that we're going to talk to and hopefully become friends with. They seem like a really nice AI. We'll see where this goes. Next.